Okay, in this video we're going to talk about domain names. And because not everyone knows what a domain name is, I'm going to start with the basics. Now, when you first get your website, it's going to look something like this. 29457.yourwebsite.cc or something along those lines. Well, if you think about it, how do you tell your friends, your clients, to go to 29457.yourwebsite.cc? You know, not very handy and not very memorable. So even though this is a temporary spot and actually where your domain, where your website can actually live, we want to give it a better name. And so things like, for this particular website, all I have to tell people is go to lidotech.com. And that will bring your website up. Same thing, a domain name would be, for instance, cnn.com. There are other ways I could get there, but the easiest thing is just to simply remember cnn.com. Everybody can remember that. So that leads me to, when you're selecting a domain name, you want to make sure it's something short, sweet, and memorable. It could be a little bit longer, but make sure that it's memorable. Lidotech, it's pretty simple to remember. So the other thing is, it sure doesn't hurt that it might have search engine terms in there or keywords. So for instance, if you're a website about Seattle real estate, it'd be great if you could get seattlerealestate.com. Obviously that one's probably already taken. But it doesn't hurt to have some keywords in your domain name. It actually helps with your search engine visibility. So that's basically a domain name. A domain name is just it's kind of like, if you think of it as a vanity license plate, just an easy way for you to advertise and market your website without having somebody have to remember a big long string of numbers to get there. So lidotech.com, cnn.com, ebay.com, those are domain names. Now let me show you how you get one. So if you already have a domain name, so let me back up. You log into the control panel and then go to the section called domain name. Now, there's two options. If you already own a domain name, maybe you're coming to us, you already had a previous site and we're setting up a new one for you and you'd like to use the domain name that you already own, well, your option would be, I own a domain name and I want to use it. So just follow the steps, 2 easy steps. The system will tell you that to use that domain name, you have to go into wherever you bought the domain name and point it at our 2 name servers. And if you need help, just let us know and we'll help you get that done. If you don't have a domain name, then just simply choose this one. I don't own a domain name and I'd like Sevato Technologies to purchase one for me. Simply click that. Now let's look around for a domain name that's still available. Now it's important to note that there are no spaces in domain names, so they're always just run together. And then you click here, check for availability, and Seattle Real Estate's already taken. Seattle Real Estate today, let's see what, already taken. Okay. Let's go for Bob J. Jones Realtor. I'm pretty sure that one's going to be available. Okay, great. Says this domain is available. Please complete step 2. And all you really need to do is fill out your name, your phone number, and your email. Click here so that you authorize us. We charge your credit card that we have on file. And it's important to know that domain names are not something you actually purchase and own. A domain name is something that all of us, anybody with even CNN.com, they don't own their domain name. They really just rent it. And as long as they pay their $25 a year or whatever they're paying, then they get the use of that domain name. When you stop paying that, it goes back into the pool and somebody else can pick it up and use it. So bottom line is look here, find the domain name, find out if it's available. Once you find the one that you want to use, fill out this information, click here to complete step 2. This information will come into our system. We will purchase the domain name on your behalf and set up everything so that when you type in Lido Tech or whatever your domain name is, it comes straight to your website. And that's really all there is to do with domain names.